On the surface, they look cute and harmless. But did you know that a bear can be this tall? Today, we're covering grizzly bear attacks that got caught on camera, and trust me, you aren't ready for them yet. But before we dive deeper, do subscribe to our channel for more videos like these. The grizzly, nature's unmatched powerhouse. Firstly, it's important to understand what makes the grizzly bear one of the most dominant predators in North America. A fully grown male bear can weigh over 700 pounds, and despite their size, grizzlies aren't slow. They are lumbering giants who can sprint faster than a professional athlete and also deliver a paw swipe attack that is strong enough to easily crush any human's bones. Their sense of smell is also quite exceptional, better than that of dogs, wolves, and even bloodhounds. They are explosive in reactions and can maneuver through dense bushes, steep slopes, and deep rivers with precision. Their instinct to fight is one of the fiercest and unmatched in the wild. Now imagine all that power being used in attacking while everything is recorded on camera. Grizzly bear versus mountain lion. The silent shadows collide. Even a top-tier hunter like the mountain lion has to think twice before attacking a grizzly bear. The mountain lion is one of the stealthiest predators in North America, which dominates the shadows with its sleek build and sharp senses. One piece of footage shows a standoff between a lion and a bear. We see a lone mountain lion resting on the narrow ridge while scanning the canyon below. The forest is quite silent at this time. The lion pauses for a moment, its ears twitch, and then from the dense tree line, a mass of brown fur emerges. It's the grizzly bear moving towards him with confidence. The lion, being a lion, does not run away immediately, but instead it stands tall while puffing its chest and narrowing its gaze at the bear. It knows that by trying to escape too early, the chase instinct of the bear could be activated, which is quite deadly. For a moment, both great predators of the wild lock eyes with each other, just like two warriors who are sizing each other up. Then the grizzly takes one heavy step forward with determination, and the lion bolts away. The video shows how a mountain lion was leaping through boulders with its incredible agility, while the bear was barreling down the slope to catch it. We see dirt flying, branches snapping because the grizzly is not just walking, it's actually launching itself downward, just like an avalanche that is covered in fur. The chase only ends when the lion reaches a cliff edge, where no more space to escape is left for it, and the bear is seen snarling before it decides to turn back into the wilderness. Another clip reveals an incredibly tense moment where a mother lion and her two cubs were resting along a high mountain ledge. Suddenly, the mother freezes while flaring her nostrils. She smells that something massive is nearby, and within a few seconds, a hulking grizzly appears. Instead of running away, the mountain lion nudges her babies toward a narrow rock crevice, and then she steps forward while growling. As she was trying to look larger than her actual size, the grizzly rose to its full height and appeared like an enormous shadow-casting wall of muscles. For a moment, it seemed that it was a deadly fight that could not be avoided, but after several warning swipes and aggressive, thunderous growls, the grizzly decided to back away. The mother's ferocity paid off because her cubs got another chance to live and fight in the harsh wilderness. Grizzly bear versus elk. A battle of speed versus strength. Elk are considered majestic, but they are also incredibly tough animals. A male elk can weigh as much as a grizzly, but it also has sharp antlers that can pierce through any animal instantly. But still, these elk rank higher in the grizzly's attack list and menu. The encounters between these two massive animals get wild every single time. One video clip shows a grizzly that was rushing down a steep hillside towards a herd of elk that were grazing below calmly. The bear was moving shockingly fast, and it was faster than almost any viewer could ever expect from something so large in size. The elk noticed something odd and lifted their heads, but they didn't start running immediately. It was almost as if they were frozen by the confidence of the bear. And when the grizzly jumped forward onto the herd, the elk scattered in every direction by smashing their hooves on the ground. The chase got started, but there was a little twist in it. The bear suddenly hesitated near the bottom, and it slipped slightly on the loose gravel. This tiny slip gave enough time to the elk to escape into the trees. The grizzly got annoyed and stopped. He was pacing back and forth in anger, but then he decided to retreat. It was a near-death experience for all those elk that they might have to face every single day in the wild. Another dramatic moment occurred on a mountain ledge where a massive lone bull elk was standing at the cliff's edge. A grizzly had its eyes on the prey and was approaching it from behind while growling softly as it moved forward. The elk sensed the danger and turned around. It locked its eyes on the predator, but instead of engaging in a fight, it began falling back toward the river behind it. The bear thrust its body and jumped towards its prey to seize this opportunity of attack, but it slipped. This sudden misstep saved the elk while there was no other escape route available for it. The bull immediately leaped into the river and made a frantic swim down the stream. The bear tried following its meal for a moment while moving uncontrollably into the water, but the current was too strong, and the elk used it to escape. When a large herd of elk was gathered near the tall grass, the wide open meadow suddenly became the stage for another chaotic encounter. The herd was grazing, but something was scaring them. All of a sudden, the herd got split into two halves as the water splits apart around a rock. But this time, the rock was a grizzly charging onto the herd. This footage shows how the bear was desperately trying to isolate a weak target while the elk were running in different directions to save their lives. Grizzly is quite fast, but the elk are also unbelievably fast runners. After a long and tiring sprint, the bear gives up. The herd managed to escape while the bear was paining heavily. If you're enjoying these insane wildlife moments so far, do subscribe to our channel for more wild, deadly encounters. Grizzly bear versus moose, a clash of giants. As we all know, the bears are gigantic in size and also have enormous strength. And moose are the only animals that can truly match grizzly bears in both these aspects. They are tall, aggressive, and also naturally equipped with antlers that can break any predator's ribs in a moment. When these two giants collide with each other, this scene is nothing less than a wildlife action film. In a viral clip, we can see a grizzly bear trying to chase a large moose across a lake, but the surprise here was that the moose was able to outmaneuver the bear completely. The moose managed to escape through the water by taking sharp turns every time the bear got close to it. The grizzly was also quite determined and was swimming right behind it, but the lake became its greatest obstacle in this chase. The bear got exhausted after several minutes of physical performance in water. It finally stopped while panting for breath, and the moose stood in the shallows in a victory pose while watching the defeated predator retreat. In a rare moment that was captured on camera, a huge grizzly was seen stepping onto a forest rail and abruptly came face to face with a moose. Both froze in their places out of surprise. No aggressive growling or charging at each other, and just two giant-sized animals acknowledging each other. The moose eventually stepped aside to give way to the bear, and the bear casually walked past it. It was almost like two strangers passing by on a quiet street. This was a rather strange scene where we got to see some unexpected peace, because in the last footage we saw a bear violently chasing a moose. It was like a reminder that sometimes even the most ferocious animals choose peace over fighting. One intense piece of footage shows a mother moose and her calf being cornered near the lake floor as a grizzly approaches them. The calf was seen trembling and was stumbling over the rocks. The mother, on the other hand, lowered her head and charged to attack the grizzly. The bear swiped at the dirt while trying to intimidate her, but she did not even flinch. She was determined to save her baby, so she stormed forward with raised hooves as she was ready to fight. The bear started hesitating to attack, and then in a surprising turn, the grizzly retreated into the woods, leaving the mother victorious. She successfully saved her calf with great courage and bravery. Grizzly bear versus wolf pack. Strategy versus strength. Wolves are the hunters of the wild who are organized, clever, and also quite loyal. But one single grizzly can overpower a hound of multiple wolves if he pushes hard enough. Some of the most intense footages ever recorded are produced by the encounters between these two animals, showing two totally different survival strategies. A grizzly knows the wolves can smell animals, so he buries its freshly caught prey in a mound of snow and covers it carefully to hide its scent. But the wolves are experts at uncovering hidden meals. A video recorded on camera shows a pack of wolves appearing at the edge of the clearing. They slowly make a circle around the bear and calculate openings. The grizzly roars violently and charges the wolf closest to it. More wolves join the encounter and try to push the bear away from its meal, but the bear refuses to surrender its prey. It attacks again and again with more power every time in an attempt to force the wolves to retreat. Despite their lead in number, the pack eventually accepts defeat and disappears back into the forest, leaving the bear alone. Another clip shows two wolves ripping apart a carcass when a grizzly stepped into the clearing. The wolves snarled, showing their teeth, which is a way of showing anger to scare off other animals. They were warning the grizzly to stay back, but the bear was not intimidated by them. Without any hesitation, it walked up to them, grabbed the carcass in its jaws, and dragged it away like a thief who was stealing groceries. One wolf tried to snap at the bear's flank, but a single swipe sent it tumbling back in fear. The wolves reluctantly retreated as the grizzly enjoyed the feast it stole from other predators. Grizzly bears are undoubtedly the unmatched forces of nature because they are fast, powerful, and unpredictable. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch more intense wildlife stories and unbelievable encounters.